This is Learning French Beginner to Independent Speaker Anglophone Edition. This is the third lesson, and today's lesson is on basic greetings and introductions. Welcome. In this lesson, I'm going to be guiding you through formal and informal conversations in French. Now, here are 8 guides to help you. Guide number 1, pronouns. There are 2 pronouns in French that say you. The first pronoun is vous, and the second pronoun is tu. These 2 pronouns both say you. When do we use them? We use vous when we're addressing strangers, superiors, elders, or in our workspace in the professional settings. But we use tu when we're with friends, family, peers, younger persons. That's when we use tu. And even God, we use tu for God as well. So here is a tip that can help you remember this. F, F, G. F, friends. F, family. G, God. These are the 3 persons that you use tu for. F, F, G. So if the person is not a friend, is not part of your family members, and is not God, you should use vous for that person. Vous. Okay, so I'm addressing my teacher at school. Comment allez-vous? How are you? I'm addressing my boss. Comment allez-vous? I'm meeting someone for the first time. Comment allez-vous? But when I'm with friends, family, I use comment vas-tu? Comment vas-tu? And now, how will I address you watching this video? Say comment allez-vous because I'm meeting you for the first time. I don't know who you are. So comment allez-vous? Guide number 2, greetings and farewells. In the formal space, what kinds of greetings are you expected to hear and also to give? You hear bonjour, you hear bonsoir, you hear au revoir, you hear à bientôt. But in an informal setting, the kind of greetings you hear are typically salut, ciao, à plus. So, à plus is short for à plus tard, see you later, but for short, à plus. Guide number 3, vocabulary choices. In the formal setting, what kind of vocabulary do you use? You use a more polished and respectful vocabulary. Often longer phrases are used. An example would be, pouvez-vous répéter s'il vous plaît? So you meet somebody for the first time and you find yourself in France or a French-speaking country, French-speaking environment, and because, of course, when the French speak, they are really fast when they speak, and then they go, que désirez-vous aujourd'hui, monsieur? And you're like, pouvez-vous répéter s'il vous plaît? Pouvez-vous répéter s'il vous plaît? Longer phrases. So what is the shorter version of this expression? Tu peux répéter? Tu peux répéter? You see, shorter, casual. You see, in the vocabulary choice in informal settings, amongst family, friends, and the presence of God, is usually shorter, casual, sometimes even slang. There's a French slang called very long. That's another lesson. So you can check it out. VERLAN, very long. You can put it in the comment section. I can even, if you request for it, I can give you a place or a guide or even a list, if you like, in the comment section. So, pouvez-vous répéter s'il vous plaît? Tu peux répéter? Casual friend. Guide number 4. The tone and the structure is different in formal and informal French conversations. For formal French conversations, the tone is polite, is complete, like I said earlier, there are no contractions. Contractions are avoided. Whereas in informal French conversations, it's more relaxed, casual, contractions and slangs are common. An example will be, je vous remercie beaucoup. Je vous remercie beaucoup. I thank you very much. Whereas in an informal conversation, you hear merci beaucoup, merci bien, or just merci. Shorter, casual. Guide number 5. Titles and addresses in formal conversations are used a lot. Titles like Monsieur, Madame, and Mademoiselle. So Monsieur, Mr., Madame, Mrs., Mademoiselle, Miss is often used with people's names. Bonjour, Monsieur Dupont. Bonjour, Madame Dupont. Ou bonjour, Monsieur Jean. Bonjour, Madame Jean. Bonjour, Mademoiselle Priscille. Bonjour, Mademoiselle Marie. Bonjour, Mademoiselle Sylvie, Mademoiselle Esther. Whereas in informal conversations, first names or even nicknames are fine. Salut Paul, salut Priscille, salut Marie, salut Sylvie, salut Esther. Guide number 6, requests. There are 2 ways to say please. S'il vous plaît and s'il te plaît. S'il vous plaît is used in formal conversations, whereas s'il te plaît is used in informal conversations. An example is, pourriez-vous m'aider s'il vous plaît? Pourriez-vous m'aider s'il vous plaît? Could you help me please? Whereas the informal version would be, tu peux m'aider s'il te plaît? Tu peux m'aider s'il te plaît? S'il vous plaît, s'il te plaît. Guide number 7. Apologies and excuses. In formal settings, excusez-moi is used to say excuse me. Or je suis désolé is used to say I am sorry. Whereas in informal settings, the shorter versions are pardon. You hear a lot of pardon, 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 excuse me, or even sorry. Whereas in the formal settings, you hear excusez-moi, and then désolé instead of just saying the full je suis désolé. A shorter version of excusez-moi can also be excuse-moi. That's a bonus for you. Finally, guide number 8, slangs and abbreviations. In formal settings, you avoid them. We've already said that earlier. You avoid slangs and abbreviations. In informal settings, it's common. Abbreviations especially are common, especially among younger people. Especially when you chat on the internet, there are a lot of French internet slangs like coucou, like instead of bonjour is BGR, bonsoir BSR, etc. I can link that to this lesson in the comment section. I can drop the link for a list of all the French internet slang there are, showing, or especially with abbreviations, a lot of abbreviations that happen in informal settings, like informal conversations, like when you're on the internet chatting. I can drop a link to all that list if you're interested. Comment allez-vous? We've learned that earlier. What are some shorter ways of saying how are you? Comment allez-vous? Shorter. Ça va? Ça roule? Ça bouge? Ça va? Ça roule? Ça bouge? Now here are some useful phrases if you were to introduce yourself. Je m'appelle, and then your name. Je m'appelle Priscilla. An informal way of saying your name can be moi c'est Priscilla. Je m'appelle Priscilla. Moi c'est Priscilla. How about your profession? Je suis, and then your profession. Je suis, I am. Je suis means I am. You can also use it to say your name. Je suis Priscilla. So, je suis enseignante. I'm a teacher. Je suis enseignante. You also use je suis to say your nationality. Je suis nigériane. Je suis française. Je suis algérien. Wherever you are from. Now, where do you live? J'habite à. J'habite. J'habite à. And then where you stay. Your age. J'ai. Number and then un. Don't pronounce the S in your un. J'ai. Number and then un. J'ai 4 ans. J'ai 10 ans. J'ai 7 ans. J'ai 8 ans. Finally, when you meet someone for the first time, you tell them enchanté. There's an extra E in the bracket because in written French, if it's a female, the enchanté will have these two E's. E accent aigu and then an extra E. And then if it's a male, the extra E will not be necessary. But spoken French, of course, it's pronounced the same way. Enchanté. Enchanté. Now, what if you would like to introduce others? These are some useful expressions, useful phrases for you. Voici, and then the name of the person. Voici means this is. Voici Marie. Voici Priscille. Voici Jean. Voici Sylvie. Okay? C'est mon ami. Another way to say this. It's my friend, or this is my friend. C'est mon ami Japhet. C'est mon ami Euphemia. C'est mon ami Hefzibah. Okay? Another way to say it in an informal French setting, je te présente. That is if the person you're speaking to is part of your FFG, Friends, Family, God. Je te présente Esther. Je te présente Jacob. Je te présente Matthew. Okay? Now, for a formal French setting, je vous présente. Je vous présente Japhet. Je vous présente Marc. Voila. Now, you're trying to say straight up his or her name is. Il s'appelle John. Elle s'appelle Marie. Il s'appelle Marc. Elle s'appelle Sylvie. Elle s'appelle, so elle for female, il for male. And then finally, il est, elle est for professions. He is, she is. Okay? Il est pilote. Il est pilote as a pilot. Il est avocat as a lawyer. Elle est avocate, female lawyer. Elle est pilote, female pilot, same thing, pilote, whatever profession. Now, here are some basic conversational phrases that will be helpful for you. Oui, non. Oui, non. The O and N in your non is nasal, so you don't pronounce the N at the end, you just go We learned that when we learn our sounds, remember? So, oui, non. S'il vous plaît, s'il te plaît. Remember our two ways of saying please? The formal way and the informal way. S'il vous plaît, s'il te plaît. S'il vous plaît, s'il te plaît. Merci. Merci. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. De rien. De rien. De rien. Excusez-moi. Pardon. Excusez-moi. Pardon. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Someone speaks to you in French and you don't understand what the person is saying. S'il vous plaît, je ne comprends pas. S'il vous plaît, je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? Maybe they were too fast when they were speaking. Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? Parlez-vous anglais? Parlez-vous anglais? Do you speak English? So we can switch because you're suffocating with your French. Parlez-vous anglais? Je parle un peu français. Je parle un peu français. I speak a little French. Ah oui, oui. You want to practice your French? Just speaking to you in English. Moi, je parle un peu français. Je parle un peu français. So we can practice. Comment dit-on en français? You've forgotten a word in French. so that you don't have to switch back to English. You really want to practice your French. Comment dit-on table en français? Comment dit-on umbrella en français? And finally, je vais bien aussi. Je vais bien aussi. I'm fine too. Someone says, ça va bien? Et vous? Et toi? Je vais bien aussi. Now here is a conversation between two people. They met for the first time, they exchanged pleasantries, and then one of them had a friend come over, and then she introduced her friend to the man she was speaking with. So I'm going to read through the conversation, and then the next slide I'm going to have blanks. This is formal French conversation. In the next slide I'm going to have blanks, and you're going to imagine how it would have gone if it were an informal French conversation. How would it have gone? In the next slide. So let's go with this one. So the lady begins by saying, Bonjour, comment allez-vous? And then he says, Bonjour, je vais bien, merci, et vous? And then she says, Je vais bien aussi. Je m'appelle Marie, et vous? He responds, Je m'appelle Jean. Enchanté. She responds as well, Enchanté. Vous habitez où? He says, J'habite à Paris. And then the friend comes over and she says to him, Je vous présente Sylvie. And then he says, Bonjour Sylvie, comment ça va? And then Sylvie responds, Salut, ça va bien, merci. Now this is how it would have gone in formal French. I'm going to go to the next slide now, where it will be blank, and then you would imagine how the conversation would have gone in an informal French setting. Here we go. Informal French setting. Use informal French conversational phrases that we've learned. How do you think this conversation would have gone? There are no wrong answers. I would like to see your answers in the comment section. How would it have gone between these people? Just pause the video at this point. Okay, so I'd like to see your ideas of what the dialogues would have been in the comment section. Let's go to the last slide, where I reveal what could possibly be the answers. No peeking, try it yourself first. Now, this is how the conversation could possibly have gone between these people. So she says, Salut, ça va? And he says, Oui, ça va, et toi? And she says, Ça va, je suis Marie, et toi? He says, Moi, c'est Jean, enchanté. Enchanté, tu habites où? J'habite à Paris. Oh, voici mon amie Sylvie. Bonjour Sylvie, tu vas bien? Salut, ça va bien, merci. How did yours go? I can't wait to see it in the comment section. On a final note, here are some key takeaways. Number 1, you have to practice your greetings daily. Do it. Greet your dog, bonjour. Greet your neighbor, bonjour. Greet your friends, bonjour. When it's evening, switch to bonsoir. Try some saluts here and there with friends. Salut, 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 bonjour, salut, bonsoir. Number 2, use the basic phrases you've learned today to introduce yourself and others in real life situations. Oh, je m'appelle, your name. Moi, je suis, and then your name. Moi, c'est, and then your name. Number 3, don't be afraid to ask questions and practice the basic phrases in conversations. If you don't understand, don't be afraid to say, je ne comprends pas. Don't be afraid to say, pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? Can you repeat yourself, please? Don't be afraid to say, comment dit-on? You've forgotten how to say something. Comment dit-on? I'm hungry en français. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to say that. And finally, keep on practicing. You're going to become more fluent the more you practice. Merci beaucoup. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. And see you in the next video. Au revoir. Now you know.